SBTV.
FIFA 13 was the second biggest selling video game in the UK last year, only beaten by Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We headed straight for their stand at E3 this year as we can't wait to see what new improvements they've made to the game that we all love so much. And that company motto that we all love to say.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
So I'm here with Mr. FIFA. Is that actually technically now your name, David?
Nearly, yes, kind of, to some people.
So let's go through the new stats, the new things. Let's go. Papau, what can we see?
So for this room here, we're obviously in the Ignite laboratory. So the big thing for us is our kind of next-gen technology. So Ignite's our new engine. It gives us three things, kind of a living world. So we've got a little demo behind of what a living world's like at a football match. We're going to be talking about that in FIFA over the summer and later on this year, so I can't really talk too much about that. The other thing it gives us is human intelligence, which is, you know, how the players behave on the pitch. And the big one for us is a feature we call Pro Instincts. So if you, the example I always use, and it's kind of a rude one, if I was to slap your cameraman around the face,
It's happened.
I won't, but if I was to slap him around the face and he was expecting it versus not expecting it, he would react in a very different way. And what Pro Instincts is the way that a footballer will react to a sliding tackle, an arm across him, an elbow, any of those kinds of things. So in previous FIFAs, if two players came into contact, brilliant animation outcomes, but basically the collision happens, they fall down. What Pro Instincts does is gives the players the ability to avoid or react appropriately to those collisions so the play doesn't break down. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So can you slap back?
No, there's no happy slapping in our game. The other thing we're here...
Let's do like a late night dirty football. We should do that as DLC, like a dirty football FIFA.
Yeah, maybe. No.
That'd be quick. You don't understand how many people would like get that. Like dirty, no rules, late night, jumpers for goalpost FIFA.
We always support the kind of like playing correctly and being polite. And
you've got the proper game for that, obviously, and then you could have like a dirty late night DLC version.
Weekend, I suppose. Yeah, no. Anyway, the other big thing we're doing is obviously true player motion is one of the pillars of the Ignite, and we've got what we call precision movement in the game. So this year, using a technology called step-based locomotion, our players, when they plant their feet, that's how they move, rather than canned animations. So what that allows us to do is if you're starting to sprint or changing direction or doing any of those kinds of things, the player's actually using his feet to determine where he's moving and how he's moving. So it feels very solid and very realistic, makes the players flow more, but also, you know, they maintain their momentum. So sudden changes in direction come at a penalty. So you can't always get to where you want to get to quite as quickly as you want, which is, you know, realistic. And then the last part is what the consoles give us in the form of memory and space inside the console. So we have added a ton of animations this year around everything from that movement, but also passing and shooting to give a lot more variety and a lot more responsiveness now. So if you're stumbling over the ball, you can still get a shot off. Lots of really nice volleys, all that kind of stuff. So they're all the big Xbox One features for the year.
One thing I have to say about FIFA is, like, you guys always come up with like branded names for stuff.
Yeah, that's a great idea. A great question. And
who sits around? Who decides the names for all the stuff?
Some of them come from the game team. So Ignite, I think, was named because of Peter Moore's big mantra a few years ago, which was ignite the emotion of sport. So I think they wanted something to represent that, which I think is great. Some of the other things, it doesn't really matter. We use our technology name, so step-based loco is what we call our precision movement in the studio. So occasionally you will hear the developers using the wrong words. We use the words we know. Yeah.
Do you get like abbreviated versions? Because you must have to say it all the time.
Yes.
Tell us some of the abbreviations.
Well, FUT is FIFA Ultimate Team.
FUT.
FUT. FUT is FIFA Ultimate Team. We have some amazing people working for us in Bucharest as well. Turns out that FUT, F-U-T, is not a polite word.
So, what can you tell us about FIFA Ultimate Team?
So, not a huge amount, but we do have a lot of nice, exciting news over the summer. I think Marcel Kuhn, the producer on that, along with Sept, are going to be doing a press tour later on in the summer. So,
you can't just give us like a little. Is there a little tiny?
There will be Ultimate Team in FIFA this year. There you go. How's that sound?
That's about it.
So EA are being quite secretive about the new FIFA Ultimate Team, or
FUT, as you know it. But it got us thinking as to why. How different could they really be making it? Well, here's our little prediction based on a few clues. Well, we all know that there will be exclusive content for Ultimate Team on Xbox One. That's a FUT fact. So what else could it be? What are Xbox offering that's any different? Well, what have Microsoft been harping on about heavily since the first announcement? Yep, it's live TV capabilities, much to everyone's annoyance. Even with a demo of how a live basketball game on ESPN can update a viewer's fantasy team. As players score, your team is updated. This is all very good for the USA and for ESPN watchers, but what about the UK? Well, we also know that Microsoft are in discussions with Sky right now about integrating their TV capabilities. It's possibly less straightforward in this country as it isn't one digital TV network showing all the football matches. As we know, Sky and BT Vision are going to be sharing the coverage of the Premier League. But it's not a far stretch to imagine that FIFA Ultimate Team will integrate this technology on Xbox One. Imagine if a player scores or is injured or banned on live TV, it could instantly affect your FIFA Ultimate Team with live updates, the way we saw in the NBA demo. Again, this is just our prediction and we might be totally wrong, but with the insane popularity of FIFA Ultimate Team, where else could they possibly go with it? But for now, EA are keeping quiet. So can you tell us about any of the exclusives for Xbox One?
Not really, no, not now. But I think Marcel will be doing a tour and revealing all over the summer months.
Is it really annoying that you're just like totally stopped from being able to talk about stuff? Because you must know what it is.
Yeah, I do. So it's
You get people like me just harassing you a little bit and going, please tell me.
annoying. So there's two parts to it really. So there's this, which for me is my first press outing this year. So I've been tucked away working on this with Nick.
Yeah, sorry about this, by the way.
Okay. And I guess for me, it's like you kind of like pull the plug out and it all comes flowing out. So it's kind of nice to get to talk to people about things, but at the same time, you do have to be careful because we do know it all, and then we get drilled before we come out what we can and can't talk about.
Would you get into really lots of trouble if you did?
Some things, yeah, probably.
Would you get fired?
I don't know about that, but
You can't because you're Mr. FIFA, and
I don't think that gives me carte blanche to do whatever I want.
You should just be like moving over tables. I'm Mr. FIFA. I can say what I like. Without me, there is no FIFA. Yeah.
No, there's still FIFA without me. No one's bigger than the game.
That should be the new EA motto. There's no one bigger than the game.
It's true. I'm not in the game. It's
You
in the
should
game.
be.
Anyway, enough. Leave me alone.
I know. I'm sorry, David. Thank you so much for chatting to us.
No worries. See you next year.
A spazio verticale. Balotelli. Che gol! Splendida rete.
Subscribe to SBTV to keep updated on the latest releases and check out more of our videos below.